Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all sitting down. I hope you're all sitting down. I hope no one is driving. It wouldn't be safe to drive anyway, but I hope you're all sitting down because, ladies and gentlemen, it is 5:15 on a Wednesday. We are on time. We have audio that works. We have video that works. We have internet that works. We are as prepared, I think, as we have ever been. Welcome to Prep Talk Live, episode 33. I'm Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. Joining me as always, is Tup, the urban prepper. Cliff, Tup, whatever we're gonna call you. Like, you'd think after 33 episodes I'd have this down. But
my mom, when I was born, named me Cliff. But when I was born on YouTube, I became known as Tup.
Mr. Cliff Tup, the urban prepper. Yes. How are you? What's going on? What's up in the world of tuppiness? It's
been busy times. We weren't able to meet last week. I think we were both kind of busy on that one, but we got this one going. My new thing right now, I'm trying to do better with health type things. So I'm on like day 3 of my of intermittent fasting, and I'm trying that particular thing, which I think is the prepper's diet of choice. So in the zombie apocalypse, maybe we won't have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We'll probably have periods of fasting. So I'm trying to get used to it. I'm practicing now while I can. So.
You're getting used to famine before it actually happens. That's very forward thinking of you.
I think all preppers should do it. So it's my thing that I'm doing right now and that's
Oh, that is fantastic. Yeah, I had a similar, I'm not intermittent fasting, although I kind of happen to intermittent fast just because I tend to not eat breakfast and then I don't realize I haven't eaten until dinner time. And then usually my wife is like, "Why are you so hangry?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's because I didn't eat breakfast or lunch." But I think that there is something amazing in the intermittent fasting thing and trying to not do as much. I've heard wonderful things. I feel like keto is also a big prepper diet, the keto and the primal and the whole 30.
Keto would be hard to do for like in your emergency preps, I think, because like it's so meat based and
protein based, like pepperonis and I guess cured meats, and things like that.
But like even pepperoni, I don't know how long pepperoni lasts, but it's not like it's not like tuna fish or something that lasts a long time. Or
tuna fish is
spam.
Yeah, spam is keto, I think.
Prepper's keto diet. I'd be curious on what the proteins are for that. And then there's, but yeah, the intermittent fasting. Yeah, I feel like again, if SHTF happened and whatever is going on, that we don't maybe only eat during a certain portion of the day. So I'm trying to get my body used to that. But it's more for health reasons that I'm doing it. So.
Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, I think there's always I feel like it comes in waves in the prepping community where it's like, okay, there's the power outage everyone's talking about, solar wave, and then there's the like, oh wait, we need food wave, and then there's the like, oh wait, I should get healthy wave, and then there's usually like a crazy gadget and gear wave at some point too.
I think
they're like seasons of prepping.
Yeah, there are. I mean, preppers, I think initially when we all get going, I think, at least what I think is that we're in the gear nuts. We're into gear. Yeah. We're justifying it. Oh, well, I'm a prepper, so I could get a lot of gear right now. And then eventually, like, I think we start thinking about start thinking about the planning and organization. That's where I kind of, that's my part of the, from the history of YouTube preppers, I guess. But at some point we start thinking about kind of health and those kind of things. But the problem with it is that it's usually like view, no one likes watching it. Exactly. No one wants to hear about your health journey or anything like that. It'll be guaranteed your lowest viewed video ever. So.
I did one, and I don't know that it was my lowest viewed because that was back before I had dozens of subscribers.
Yes.
So I don't know, like if you're getting the difference between like 10 and 11 views at a time, like I don't know that you really get any difference in that as to whether it's the lowest or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did one a couple years ago where I was going to be like healthy prepping, because there was a group that was doing a collab. I think you were in it at one point.
I think I was. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was doing something for that. So.
And I was like, well, I wasn't invited, but I'll do my own then.
Casey's really unhealthy. I think we're going to invite him.
It's like all right. So after we talk about this, I'll tell you how I was fat shamed at Whole Foods the other day. That was hilarious.
I want to talk about fat shaming a little bit too after.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone should talk about fat shaming a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, so I felt like I needed to go, so I took some video of me going to the gym and hey, we're doing this thing, and I did it for about 30 days or so, pretty consistently. But no one cared. Yeah. No one cared about the videos. No one wanted to join in. No one wanted to be part of it. They were like, just drink your water and get your 8 hours of sleep and leave us all alone because we're having Dairy Queen and we don't have time.
It's kind of messed up because we it's like stuff that people that actually makes them healthy and makes their lives better. Like, yeah, so I don't care about that. Talk more about whatever this other thing is. Well, let's talk about Legos or something.
Yeah, exactly. Talk about 9 more backpacks. Can we talk about 9 more backpacks? I already have 4, but let's talk about more backpacks because I feel like there can always be more conversation.
Yeah, I've talked to city prepping about it, and he's done a few videos like that too. And he's always like, yeah, it's going to be my lowest one of the quarter. Or I don't know.
Yeah. But I feel like you got to do them to round it out, though. You got to be like, in order to be a well-rounded prepper, exactly. You have to be like, all right. There was a Ben Affleck quote. I feel like maybe it was Matt Damon or somebody, and it was in a movie. I want to say it was Dogma, but it could have been something else. Okay. And they were talking about you do one movie for me and then one movie for them. And it was like, okay, you do the artsy movie and then you do the blockbuster and then you do the artsy movie and then you try to do this and then you do the other thing. I feel like it's the same thing. It's like we do 3 gear videos and then we do one for like, okay, if you're really a prepper and a person, this is something you care about. And all 8 people watch that video. And then you do the like panic video and 4,000 people watch that video.
Yeah, I think like the videos that are like most beneficial to people's lives are probably like health ones, exercise ones, financial planning. Yeah. And they're also the lowest viewed ones possible. So no one wants to do it. And instead, like the ones that are probably the least healthy for you, like worrying about, the nukes and stuff like that. Like that's extremely popular. So it's the kind of a conundrum for
Yeah, I saw someone that we have a mutual YouTube acquaintance.
Yeah.
Who I saw this last weekend posted a post just taking down some of our other YouTube acquaintances for their videos, for the fear videos that they were putting out, and just went off. And I was like, dude,
I think I've heard rumors about this. So I'm gonna have to talk with you when we're backstage. When we're backstage,
yeah, exactly. When we're in the green room.
We'll talk about. We'll drop names, but yeah, it's I don't know. But yeah, long story
it was
short.
Weird that it was you. I mean, it's very odd. Not only was it you, it was you taking yourself down. You were like, I put out these awful videos and it was hilarious. So anyway,
long story short, I'm in intermittent fasting right now, and that's
a good plan. Yeah, that's a good plan. I got my water. That's actually full of Crystal Light because water doesn't taste as good as Crystal Light in water. So
yeah, well, like we'll do that. I've been drinking a lot more water, and that's been really actually kind of nice. But yeah, every once in a while, I like doing some kind of like diet or prep, or sometimes I eat emergency food ration bars, or sometimes I quit coffee, and I want to make sure that those things don't control me. So, and that I can quit it if need.
Yeah, exactly. Like it, so. Yeah, it's not an addiction if you can stop. It's a thing you like a whole lot.
I like it. I like hamburgers. I like hamburgers at 1 a.m.
Exactly. I like Ben and Jerry's at all hours. It just is always a thing. All right, just looking real quick at the chat. Yeah. The usual suspects have arrived. We've got Denise is here. She's very excited that we were able to pull ourselves together and actually make this happen. Chuck is here, also amazed that we're able to put this together. Tying our shoes, not so lucky. Putting on the stream, we're at least 50-50 on that whole thing.
Yep.
Let's see. Pony Girl is here. I can't help but notice everybody's on Tup's channel. There's like Chuck is the only one who's watching on Cascadia Dispatch. Everybody else is on Gut Preps.
Yeah, I got preps right now, but people, sometimes people like watching in real time. Some people, I think most people like watching the reruns. So
yeah, exactly.
We're more of a rerun.
We're a watch when you can or when you feel like it. We got See, there's lots of people that appreciate the rerun. Well, I don't know if it was rerunning or there's a whole conversation happening about jokes that we tend to make in this stream.
I saw
we usually try to wait until the end, and they are just loading them up from the very beginning. Not even giving us a chance to get on track with anything.
I'm trying to keep it professional here, but
exactly.
They keep tempting me with these the brown trout jokes.
It didn't take long, folks. It didn't take long, and there you go. So a couple things. I've got one thing to share is we have officially broke ground on the backyard office.
Nice.
That is, we have already hit so many different problems and things. I brought a video. I took the drone out and got a video of the hole that they're digging for the retaining wall. And so far they have run into our irrigation lines. They have run into more hill that now they need to have a second retaining wall. And they were using some sort of a compactor that actually drew groundwater up. So we had a whole quicksand thing that they had to work around. So it's not so much the backyard office as much as it might be Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, I think, is what we may be dealing with. So we've had that going on. I've got a little video. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I'm going to try. So we've got huge. Yeah, it's a huge.
It was really silent. So it's like.
Well, what I realized is, since we don't usually do a whole lot of B-roll stuff during our stream, there's a way to do it where you could have audio and we could talk over it.
Yep.
I forgot how to do that, so I uploaded it in the wrong spot.
It was a moment of silence to see
exactly moment of silence to observe the whole.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's happening.
Speaking of poop jokes, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, my mistake.
You were saying something about professionalism. I can't get. Can someone roll that back in the transcript?
We have
the live stream on that.
Yeah, we could kind of like the radio stations where you press the button, it goes back 15 seconds. Let's press that one. So. Okay. Did you name your compound yet? I know
we have not yet.
Okay.
There will be a contest. We're going to have a contest to name it. There is a ton of different options and things. So we're going to have some sort of a contest here in the next couple of weeks, because we're not going to actually start digging for the building for another probably 3 weeks or so. Mm-hmm. But we got all of the electrical in the house upgraded in the last couple of weeks since we last chatted. They upgraded our electrical panel. They ran electrical lines. They put all that stuff together. And then we had a very lengthy conversation about hidden storage and trapdoors. So there are a few different options on the table.
Secret storage.
Secret preppers.
Yes.
Secret preppers. Fantastic. That's okay. So that's going on. And we are full in construction. I'm so glad that we put our yard in so that we could rip it apart at some point.
Cool.
But yeah, so that's what's going on there.
Yeah, we've been my wife is still rocking it on our canned under pressure with Denise would be proud. My wife is just she's canning almost every day, and she's having we have so many tomatoes. I don't know, we're tomato rich right now. So I think I was telling you about these peppers. Now she had the Fatale ones that were extremely hot. And so we've been having people come over, and we have pepper contests where we can see how much of this Fatale pepper we can actually eat. And she has this new one it's ready. It's called the Devil's Tongue or something like that. And we're doing that one. And she wants to do the Carolina Reaper next year. So she's been making all these spicy jams. So I probably have to send you some spicy jams that she's making with our Fatale. The Fatale pepper is kind of funny because it's named after Fatal. So and they just made it Italian sounding.
Okay. That was not what I was thinking. Based on we had the Devil's Tongue and all these other things. I wasn't sure where you were going with that one.
I don't know. I haven't tried it. No, I have tried the Devil's Tongue, and it's the devil has a spicy tongue. It's a spicy meatballs.
I feel like, is it intermittent fasting or is it just your body recovering from whatever you ate the night before?
Yeah,
is it
but by the time that you and I get to talk, like I've gone through a full day of talking to a bunch of nerds and stuff, and so we finally get to talk real prep and stuff, and I just get too excited, I think. So
nerd alert.
Tell me about the algorithm that you did for we talked that kind of stuff, and now we get to talk about real stuff like underground bunkers and SHTF. And,
exactly. All the fun stuff, all the exciting stuff. Yeah. So speaking of fun and exciting and algorithms and all of that sort of thing. Yes. So we're in deal. We had kind of this impromptu deal season that happened this week. And what's funny is I feel like Black Friday, everybody knew about. And then Amazon started doing their Prime Day. They kind of made their own holiday. And then everyone realized like, oh, shoot, we got to get on it too. So now everybody has their own deals in July. And then last year, like the holidays just kind of moved up because of the pandemic and shipping was bad. So everybody started like buying in October, November. And so now we had early access week, which came out of nowhere. Everyone was like, oh, wait, what is this thing? And then I was bombarded with all of the deals for everybody else. So I, of course, spent quite a bit of time over the last week looking through the deals, combing through all of the things. And then today, of course, was the last day of the early access on Amazon. I think Target's deal days still goes for another couple days. Rakuten, I saw Pony Girl saw my video that I put out on that. There was huge cashback bonuses on Rakuten this week. So I was in like deal shopping heaven.
Nice.
I just didn't have a whole lot of things I needed. So it was kind of one of those things where I was super excited about like, oh, what could I find? I ended up getting some lights for the new office, maybe change that up a little bit. I got a Mira Safety, the 77 nuclear, whatever.
SOF 77 for $400. No,
exactly. But it was an early access on Prime with an additional 10% off coupon.
Now, how much were they available for? Because I think they're like $80 or something like that.
I think at the end it ended up being like 54.
That's pretty good.
But I can only order one like that. So, and I also have
everyone else in the family is on their own.
Yeah, exactly. Good luck and Godspeed, children.
Yes.
So in full transparency, I have a Mira mask that they sent me that I need to do a review on, and they sent me a filter with that. But I was gonna get more for the kids, but I had to ask them like, what sizes do we get for the kids? Because I have kids masks, but they're kind of on the border. So I figured I might as well pick up one of these. And then the charging blocks, the Anchor. Nice. I saw these. I don't know if they're good, but I know Anchor is really good. Yeah. And so these are their new GAN Prime. Ooh. And so they are huge wattage. So this is a 65 watt power bank. They also make one that's 120 watt adapter. So you can run MacBooks and MacBook Pros and whatever you want off of it. What was cool about this that I had not seen before, which is why I bought it in white and also in black, because it would only let me buy one at a time. Nice. Is it's a power bank that's also a wall adapter.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I've never. I don't know if I've seen that before.
I've never seen it before. So so you can plug it in, and this collapses. So you can plug it in, and then you've got USB-C and straight USB on the front. But then it's also a 10,000 milliamp battery bank.
What a good idea! Because I was
like, this is fantastic.
Yeah. Why haven't they always been like that?
I don't know.
They always give it. They always like send it to hey, by the way, you got to buy a USB cable to charge this for you. Like,
yeah, exactly. I was like, come on. So anyway, so
don't cheap out on me, Anchor. Like,
yeah, exactly. so I was doing that sort of stuff. Target had their 10% off gift cards last week.
You've been shopping like crazy then.
Well, look, there's this thing. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's called inflation. It seems to be happening everywhere. It seems to be all over the place, and it seems to be getting worse. And so I keep trying to find ways to make my money just at least stay the same amount for like a couple of months. And so the deals have been the way to kind of do that. My Lego did 15% back on Rakuten, and they're doing double points right now. So I got double points and I got 15% cash back. My wife gave me a talking to. I'm not allowed to buy Legos till at least the end of the year.
Okay.
And by talking to, she said, "You did what?" And I was like, "Yeah, I don't need to buy Legos for the rest of the year." And she was like, "All right." She doesn't really care, but I make it a bigger deal because that makes me feel better about it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
well, there's a need versus want that decision comes into play too. But you might want some Legos before the end of the year. So you are accepting donations from the preparedness community on Legos then, I think, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
You probably have like a Cascadia Dispatch wish list on Amazon, and we'll promote that during that. Hey,
yeah, exactly.
I was told I can't get any more Legos, but if you'd like to make a contribution, here's the wish list, and we'll start slowly knocking those out for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of like if you want to use the referral link for Rakuten or buy something off of Amazon, that the affiliate thing will help to fund the Legos. The problem with the Legos is I bought every Lego set that I actually wanted, which is not a responsible thing to do, but it was something that I did.
This is totally random, but have you seen that one house video where they like basically have like they construct a house out of like humongous, it looks like Legos basically.
Yes.
I was thinking of you when I saw that. I don't know if we've talked about it. I don't think we talked about it, but
thank you.
It seemed like a perfect hey, that's the prepping house to have. Like if you had a concrete pad and then you bring Casey in to help plan out like the adventure. I was amazed on what they built with that. And then every single line, it had like all like the drywall was all there, and like it was every line was absolutely perfect, all the angles and all that, and it seems to be good on insulation and everything. So it was pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's amazing. It reminds me of, and yes, Tony, that is also part of the
or it's kind of like Minecraft or Lego.
Minecraft the prepper shed will also be to hide that. We're also getting an attic access so that we can put Legos up there. It's a whole thing. Legos are really driving this entire project. It's not an office or anything. We need more room for Legos.
You're going to have an Atlas survival shelter underground bunker that's just for Legos.
It's going to be like the TikToks where they go down in the basement and they have all the sets set up. Maybe that's just the set of TikTok that I'm on.
It'll be like like on Breaking Bad. On Breaking Bad, they had the underground lab. You'll have a similar thing with Lego projects and stuff.
Exactly. But yeah, those bricks, they are really cool because they're pre-insulated.
Yes.
And they look like a Lego. They look like a 1x2 Lego brick, and you just set them up and they could build a whole house. It's kind of like have you seen the 3D printer that does like concrete and will 3D print a house?
Wow.
It's very cool. You should Google that. But yeah, it's like a 3D printer, and it has it looks like concrete. I don't think it's actually concrete. It's some sort of a mix of something, but it like makes the walls, and it 3D prints on this big scale a house in like 2 days or something like that. Something ridiculous.
That's amazing.
Yes. So it's very exciting because they can take it places where you can't get building materials and all that kind of stuff, and you set it up and it just builds a whole house, and it's insulated and all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, it's very cool. And when I see those Lego house buildings, I'm like, this is fantastic. This is what I like to see.
Yep.
So I'm assuming then there was no prepping deal shopping for you. You weren't getting a new generator. You weren't getting a new, tent. All the tents are on sale always.
Yeah, like I'll get in trouble if I get into some of these things. Like if I get more, like what do you? Because I have a lot of tents. No, my it's kind of my wife's gone full prepper on me, and she's canning
Mhm.
like crazy, and like she's
Nice.
wanting. I bought some Gamma Seal lids and some more. She wants her own buckets and her own Gamma Seal lids, and she's making her own color coordination system that totally goes against my color coordination system. And I'm like, hey, I have a PDF. Like, here's what. And she's like, no, we have green for this and whites for this and black. It's all for canning, so it's totally in violation of. I've tried to establish this color system, and it's
What I love is right now there are people watching this
yeah,
and they have enjoyed your color coding system. And
yeah,
now they are questioning their existence because the person who you live with has
yes.
said it is garbage. It is
Well,
trash. And how dare you even bother people with that?
yeah, she's
So I'd
yeah,
like her
it's
to make a video. What is her color coding system?
well, right now it's green for rice, white for sugar. She has what's the other one she has?
Green for rice?
She inherited that one because green is food for me, and it's my all everything that's green is food. But she had that, she stole that bucket from me, and then it
Okay.
became her rice one. And but then most of it's like supplies for canning. Anyway, it's
Oh my
there's
Lord.
but anyway, it's totally messing with my OCD because it's a completely different color system that I'm having to learn now. And then
Yeah, modern day prepper is 100%. Mrs. Tup needs a
yes,
reaction video to your color video. We need to
yeah.
do that.
And well, and then we also have these dots, the dots for our pantry that we have for color coordinate, and that has nothing to do with the color system. So we're going, all these colors are going all over the place. It's getting out of control. But
Amy is confessing to all of us that she has watched the color coding video an embarrassing amount of times. And I'm just curious, Amy, are you even more embarrassed to know now that the color coding system is garbage? It is a dumpster fire.
well,
It is
Miss River Prepper
worthless,
is going.
and he should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah, she's going rogue on it. So she's not follow. I told her, hey, I got a PDF here. I'll give it to you. And she's like, F your PDF. I'm doing my own.
That 100% is a shirt that needs to get made. F your PDF. F your PDF.
That is funny.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like we need to make you a shirt that says I've got a PDF for that.
Yeah,
And then we're gonna make a shirt for me that says F your PDF.
That is funny. Yeah, we're having some. I don't know if I told you about years back. I made a junk drawer video, and I had my junk drawer in perfect organization. And then years go by, the kids start getting a hold of it, and it's a complete disorganized. They're like, "Hey, where's my stapler?" I'm like, "Well, it's in my junk drawer." No, it's not. And I'm like, "Well, it's in the PDF. Let me give you the PDF. It should be in there because so anyway, so I have to go back and eventually I'll do some videos, but it's I have to go back and fix up my junk drawer now and redo the PDF because they're again the family's violating my PDFs.
I did that for you, and it was all a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
remember
had
those
someone.
days back in the day when we used to make videos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it's a thing.
It's like I'm in the like this morning. I got up at like around 6, got the kids' lunches ready. I teach the chess club at the school in the morning from 7:30 to 8:30. Rush back home for my 9 o'clock meeting. Have been in meetings until 5 p.m. Like even during lunch. And then we're talking. We finally get to talk about some stuff. And I have something to go to at 6, and doing that from 6 to 10. And then I got to come back, and my boss is on me about some stuff, so I got to finish that at 10. And then I'm like, well, when do I do my video? Like, so it's
So what you need to do, Tup, and I'm just throwing it out there, is you need to make a backyard bunker office. And
I just yeah.
I think you can make videos whenever you want to, or at least that's the theory. I don't know. We're gonna find out. It's going to be a very expensive experiment, I think, if nothing else.
I also the other day, when was this? Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. I had a friend come, longtime friend. Her and her husband, we went to school together. She actually grew up next door to me, and I used to throw pine cones at her when I was a little kid. That's a different thing. Anyway, she's known me for a long time, and then she's like, "Yeah, so and so at my work was saying, yeah, I have this really cool thing that I do with my cans for my pantry, and I use these colored dots." And she's like, "Were you watching the Urban Prepper?" And he's like, "Yeah, how do you know?" And I know. And she's like, "I know him." And she's like, "Oh, that's so cool." He's like, no. And she goes, "No, he's not cool. He threw pine cones at me when I was little." So I'm getting bad press from like from the people closest to me. So
you know what? It seems like everyone is turning on the, that
they're
doom
turning on
zoom.
me.
It's just everyone is getting turned on that is
Yeah.
connected to that doom zoom.
My
It's
kids
just,
are not following my junk drawer PDF. My wife's
yeah,
not following my color coordination. My longtime friends are talking crap about my dots and holding grudges from like years, decades ago. And it's
yeah.
man, it's all falling apart. But at
So
least we have you and I. We're going on a year now on this. So
yeah, exactly. We're getting
we're
real
doing it.
close.
We're
I
doing
was
it.
actually thinking today, I was like, I should look at the calendar and figure out exactly how close we are to a year. Because I think
Yeah.
we are within weeks of that.
Yeah,
mark.
most bands break up after a year, probably.
I know.
Yeah.
And there was a whole thing like most podcasts don't make it past 30 episodes or something like
The
that.
the
Like,
Doom Zoom we haven't had a Doom Zoom video like with those guys for months now, and it's
well, there's so much doom. I
There's a lot
don't
of
even
doom.
know that you could have a Zoom. It would need to
Yeah.
be a mini series. It would like to get everyone caught back up again.
Yeah.
I don't even know if any of them are even I mean they're reporting on what's happening. At least
Yeah,
city prepping and Canadian prepping. I just await to find out how close to the brink of destruction we are every day. Because the notifications from YouTube will tell me what their latest video was.
yeah. Again, I've been really checked out from a lot of things just because for months now, just because it's a little
Yeah,
too much for
exactly.
me.
It's a little, you know what? And that's why we have our little happy time.
And that's why we do poop jokes. We
Yeah,
do
exactly.
we talk
Poop
about
jokes and
F that
Legos.
PDF and talk about Legos and we
PDF.
talk about
I'm trying to focus on the stream while also thinking about the design for that.
every time we talk, we have a new t-shirt idea. So
we do. It's a whole thing. We also come up with 6 or 8 different videos that we need to make.
Yep.
There's usually a product that we have devised. We would be incredibly wealthy if we actually had time to do literally any of the things that
we had like a staff, like 100-person staff or something, where we talk these, they take notes, they carry the ideas, they
yes, it is the fun.
We could do
channel,
some kind of
100%.
deep fake of our voices and our videos where it looks like us talking. Yeah.
Well, did you see that what's his name? The guy who is the voice of Darth Vader.
James Earl Jones.
Yes, he signed a deal to give his voice likeness to Disney or whoever.
Yeah.
That allows them to deep fake his voice forever. He licensed his voice to them forever, but they have software that will make it so he can say new things, so they can do
amazing
things, and they don't have to bother him.
Yeah, because on what was that, on Obi-Wan Kenobi, on that series, like that wasn't James Earl Jones. That was like the deep fake voice of his. So
yeah, exactly. And the Luke Skywalker they did a couple of those.
Are we gonna get a Casey deepfake voice that I could we could start making?
How do you know it's not already here?
Well, I always thought you're some kind of sentient prepper being.
Exactly. This whole thing is just a ruse.
Yes.
It's just so on this point of did we ever get the mom's gonna be pissed shirt? I feel like
we did. I have Mom is pissed at you. I have that shirt. My daughter wears it. She tries to wear it to school. I'm like, no, you can't wear that to school. That's
okay. So story time for this.
Okay.
So over the weekend, we're having a conversation with the kids about that they've been watching a little too much YouTube or a little too much TV, and you need to find some podcasts or some audiobooks or something. It needs to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. All of a sudden, 2 days ago, I'm in the garage and my daughter comes out and goes, Daddy, you always need to be nice to your mother. You should always be nice to Yaya. And I'm like, I try to be. What are you talking about? What's happening? And she goes, well, Daddy, I started listening to your podcast. And I listened to the first episode. And from what I understand, your mom was very pissed. And you need to be nice to her. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. To be clear, that was the bots have invaded the chat.
Did we just get we have found us?
We have been botted.
Tinder.
Yes,
nice. Let me
exactly.
All right, bye-bye.
Block user on YouTube. block.
They heard us talking about the deep fake voices for preppers, and they're like, "Oh, let's spam these guys up."
Yeah, exactly. So apparently, like, we need to qualify some of these stories with that Tups. I explained, no, actually, sweetheart, it was Tup's wife, and that she was pissed
She
at,
was.
at him, and she was like, oh, okay, as long as you're being nice to Yaya, that's fine.
Yeah, we should probably put modern day preppers thing on. You congrats, you're big enough for bots now.
Yeah, exactly. whenever the bots show up, you've made it.
We made it.
You've hit a threshold. Yeah,
it was probably my wife probably sicked him because she knew we were talking about.
She's like, wait a minute, they're talking about my color system. Take them down.
They don't like my video. My colors, my color system. And,
oh my goodness, that's fantastic. So all right, so what else is going on? We got like 5 more minutes before you need to go. So do you want to do? Should we do questions? Do people have questions?
I don't. We just. I think in general we just have comments that come in, not specifically questions, and we're happy to answer questions.
Yes, but you know what they did here? They heard the sultry.
Yeah.
Secret preppers.
Yes.
I thought it was a safe space.
We should have that. Right now we have that intro where it's like, it has that big epic song.
Yeah.
It should probably be something more sultry, and it ends with secret preppers.
Prepping after dark. Secret preppers.
On USA Up All Night with secret preppers.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I found of all the things that scroll through my Facebook ads and stuff as these deals were going on, one of them was Funko. You can tell what my Facebook feed is like, Legos and Funko and all of that. But there were 3 different Macho Man Funkos that they were trying to sell me. And I was like, have they been overhearing my conversations with Cliff? Or is Cliff maybe stolen my phone?
Well, it's weird because every time, like lately, I've been thinking about buying something or starting to research it, and then all of a sudden, happens to be on sale on this online. I'm like, I didn't tell you. Who told you that I was looking for that? So I don't know. It's scary.
That is fantastic. Did anybody in the chat, take advantage of the deals? Because I think that one of the things I was thinking about with this whole deal thing is this early deal kind of was a wake up call to like sales season. Because now we don't have like Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Well, first we had Black Friday, and then we added Cyber Monday, and then they added other times and everything else. But this is definitely a time where you can get a bunch of deals on stuff if you know what you're looking for. Because there's so many different things that come out. If you just said like, hey, here's every deal that's going on, like even going through the Amazon listings over the last 24 hours, like I couldn't go through every single page. I had to do like top 100 sporting goods, whatever. Because there's just too many. And if you put in certain things, like if you put in something too specific, it may or may not be there. So I think this is a really good time to go, like, think about what it is that you're missing. Think about the things that you might want that you start to keep an eye out for, because all of the retailers are going to be having sales and things for the next 2 or 3 months to kind of keep an eye out for.
We almost went this whole episode without talking about Costco, but I've been seeing some nice hidden gems over at Costco. The past few times I've been there. I know we're trying to get that sponsorship, but there's been but yeah, every time I go there, I'm like, oh man, that's a good prepper item. And I don't know if they're, I feel like online they're following me and they're trying to get me to buy stuff. But it seems like every time I go to Costco, like right in the entryway, I see, that's a prepper item right there.
Okay, what is your latest Costco find? You know what? Apparently, it was so wonderful that he's gone. Okay, so I think he'll probably be back here in a second. The Nebo Yeti handle flashlight, is that the one that looks like you would put a cup in it? For anybody who doesn't know, Nebo makes some crazy illumination tools, flashlights, headlamps, but like they also have like a bucket that you can get with like an LED light. I've got some of those. Those are super cool. And they have one that's like a handle with 2 rings, and you put like a cup in it, and then it's got like a headlight and it's got like a downlight. He got booted. hopefully that means he's coming back. Hit refresh. Oh, mom is really pissed. Okay, well, in that case, you know what? I don't know if he's coming back or not. We'll find out. But yeah, so that's the Nebo. That one is really, really cool. Yes, that one. Super great gift. We got those to go camping. They're fantastic. Tup is on his way back. It is very possible that she cut the internet. Things were going way too well. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, I saw something about Berkey. Yeah, Pony Girl. Yeah, I was looking at getting a Berkey for the backyard bunker office because I wanted a water filter because I'm gonna have like a hose set up out there and I wanted something to purify the water. And I've heard a lot. I heard Berkey was the best, and then all of a sudden I started seeing all kinds of articles and stuff about issues with Berkey and people debating whether or not their science is sound and stuff. And I was like, I don't know what's happening. So I'm probably going to go with like a Brita or a Zero water or something like that. Cause I'm already going to have relatively clean water. But yeah, it's interesting the kind of controversy that has come up over Berkey and the science. And by science, I don't know the science. Don't quote me. I don't know the science. I didn't run a study. I'm just looking at Google searches. Berkey's good if you know how to use it right. Okay, my question is, how do you use it right versus how do you use it wrong? I thought you just poured water in it and it did its thing with its magical black filter things that it does. So yeah, so I'm curious if like what could happen there. Costco wise, I'm very interested to hear what Tup got at Costco. You all know I'm a huge fan of the Costco. So I got some new composters for our yard at Costco. And they had a bunch of MREs. Has anybody tried the MREs that they have at Costco now? They have and it looks like it's the same brand and it has different packaging. One is like an actual like XMRE box and it heats, it does all the things. And then one is like O-meals, but they have the same heating, proprietary heating pouch supposedly. So I'm curious to know if anybody has tried those, if anybody knows about them. Oh, the man, the myth, the legend. He has returned.
Am I back?
He is. Mom restored the internet.
I don't. What happened? It just like everything just shut down on me.
You know what? It was the deep fake. You were done.
Fake. Yeah,
exactly. And now the fake is returned. So what did you get at Costco?
So these things that I don't know if you've seen them. There are these. I like my storage bins and stuff for organizing. They have these collapsible bins that are. Oh, yes. Have you seen those?
Yes,
they're awesome. It's like a crate, and then it collapses in on itself. You could store them anywhere. You could have a stack of them, and they're stackable. And then when you need to, boom, I need to have crates. Boom, here I go. I wish they were available in all colors.
Boom, I need to have crates. Yeah. It's a Tuesday afternoon, 3:00. Oh my goodness. Where are the crates?
Yeah, that's another t-shirt. Yeah, that's another prepper t-shirt. Boom, I need to have crates. But if they had it for all the different colors of prepping, I'd be so happy. But right now,
my goodness.
I bought a whole bunch of those because they're awesome, and I have them in different vehicles, and then I have them like in strategic locations. So
yeah, you have them like flashlight, multi-tool crate.
Yeah,
that's just crates everywhere, are awesome. All over the place. We have a couple of them. They actually fit really well in our. We got one of the Yakima boxes for the roof of the car. We originally got it for my wife's car because I have a roof rack on my car and she didn't. And so we got it for camping and stuff. And she very much did not love having it just sitting on the top of her car. And so camping a couple years ago, it got put on my car and it has never left. So now I have this Yakima rack on top of my rack, and it's a waste of a perfectly good rack, but the box is lovely. But the crates fit really great in there. So yes, highly recommend.
I like them. They're good for organization, and I always see like various food preps that are good at Costco that are on good deals and stuff like that. And they always seem to be switching out their gateway to prepper survival
Yep.
kit. They always
Yeah,
have one of those.
exactly.
I was eyeballing their roadside assistance kit over there. I wasn't impressed. I didn't think it was that good.
Yeah. I have a couple of the Costco emergency kits that I got to test out. And like one of them was okay. One of them is not. I feel like once you get into this, like you realize you grab an emergency kit to begin with because you're like, I need something. This will solve my problem. And then you start to dig into things, and then you're like, this totally does not solve my problem. This is a lovely start, and I need to completely redo and overhaul the entire thing.
Yeah, it's a starter kit for sometimes, but for some people,
exactly.
if it's the gateway drug to prepping, I'm okay with that. So.
Exactly, it is the first step to a long life.
Because that's how I think a lot of us preppers, we like for first aid kits. Like, now I don't want a pre-built first aid kit. I want to make my own first aid kit. So, and I do that with other things. With like, I don't want to get a pre-built food emergency stash. I want to make my own, or for auto stuff, the same thing. So
yeah, exactly.
Bug out bags,
all of the things, bunkers, you're just like, you know what? I don't want the pre-built kit. I want to make it myself.
Yeah,
exactly. Except for the Legos. I don't like to make my own Legos. I like to build them out of the kit.
Labor intensive for sure.
Exactly. All right. It is after 6 o'clock.
Sorry for getting booted.
You have to go.
Yeah.
You're very busy. Yeah. Thanks for joining us today.
Good times.
Yes. Thanks everybody. Keep an eye out for deal alerts. We'll have them over the next, I don't know, several months. We'll be putting them up. I'll put them up and stuff. Thanks for joining. If you have any questions, if you are looking for links to things, feel free to send us messages on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. And have a wonderful rest of your week. We'll see you next week right here on Prep Talk Live. Thanks a lot. Bye, everybody.